Hello, my friend Brian Nibley here. Today I'm going to walk you through a few of my past client testimonials. There's a total of 12 here on my LinkedIn page. If you'd like to read all of them, you can visit my profile. But in this video, I'm just going to walk you through 3 or 4 to keep things concise. So the first one is from Yam Yehoshua. He's the editor-in-chief at Finance Magnates. And he says, Brian wrote 7 dedicated articles on crypto for us, covering topics like the Bitcoin halving, regulatory developments, and the improvement of the ETFs. His ideas and article angles were always straight to the point, his writing was immaculate, and his commitment to meeting deadlines was remarkable. I highly recommend his work and would be happy to collaborate with him again should the opportunity arise. So for this assignment, it was one where I had a lot of editorial freedom, and the articles were SEO was a focus but not a priority. So some of the articles were more SEO heavy than others, but for the most part, they were more kind of, I guess you could say, a mix of thought leadership and just brand recognition type of articles. Because Finance Magnates is a more traditional finance oriented publication, and they needed some crypto content at the time. The articles performed well from what I understand, and I also made short YouTube videos for most of the articles, and those did pretty well too. Got a couple hundred views each, I believe. So yeah, I wrote about things like what is going on with regulation, what's going to happen when the ETFs get approved, if they get approved, and for one, I even came up with an idea about mining and how Bitcoin mining is actually a very sustainable green industry. And I interviewed, I think it was 3 different experts, people who owned Bitcoin mining companies or were high up in a Bitcoin mining company. And that was a really interesting process. So I incorporated those conversations into that article. And yeah, it was really great. It worked out well. The next one is from Rob Wallace. He's the co-founder at bitcoinnews.com. Rob and his business partner, whose name I can't recall right now, reached out to me in early 2024 when they were kind of rebranding this website, bitcoinnews.com. They had acquired the domain and have since expanded it significantly, and they seem to be having a lot of success. So congratulations to them. And I wrote a handful of articles for them in, I think, actually it was December of 2023, and then on into early 24. And those were more exclusively about Bitcoin, about the ETFs and things that were happening at that time. And Rob says, not only is Brian a fabulous writer, he's also well versed in Bitcoin and crypto. His extensive background knowledge makes him an excellent self-starter who always knows which stories will best resonate with the audience. I would recommend Brian to anyone with journalistic or copywriting needs. And this was also more of a journalistic type of assignment. I came up with the ideas for the articles and had a good deal of editorial freedom. And most of them performed pretty well. Got a lot of traction on their website and their Twitter, all of which has been growing very rapidly ever since. So for the next one, I'm going to come down to Cole Walton here, founder and head trader at Parkour Asset Management. Now that's a different title than when him and I worked together. He was actually at a mining company, which I won't name because of NDA, but I wrote several white papers for them. As he says here, I'll just get into it. Brian is a very talented writer with expertise in many different fields. I worked with him on several white papers, was impressed with his knowledge of markets, cryptocurrency, and the cannabis industry. Brian is very professional and delivers projects on time. So yeah, this was an interesting project where I wrote the white paper for the largest solar-powered Bitcoin mining operation in North America. I also wrote a speech for the CEO that was delivered at a mining conference in Dubai. It was either Dubai or the country of Georgia. I don't recall. And the speech performed very well from what I heard. And the white papers did very well too, helped them get a lot of investors and attention on the product. And let them communicate their value proposition very well. And the last one I'm going to go over today is Jason Hamlin, president and founder at Nicoya Research. He says, Brian has an expertise at researching and writing engaging articles across a wide variety of topics. He can distill complex ideas into an easily digestible form. He's a professional that's always been communicative and respectful while meeting tight deadlines. I recommend Brian without hesitation for any freelance writing needs. I continue to work with him on projects for my investment newsletter and look forward to more quality work from Brian in the future. So Nicoya Research, if you haven't heard of it, is a investment newsletter service. When I first started working with Jason, it was a more one-dimensional thing about gold mining stocks. It was called goldstockbull.com. But after the first year or two, he rebranded into Nicoya Research and now has 4 different newsletters, actually. The gold mining stocks is one aspect, and then there's a crypto one, a dividend stock one, and a high-growth speculator tech stock one. And I helped him through that transition. I started just writing blog posts for Gold Stock Bull, and then when he started doing the different newsletters, he needed a little extra help, and so I would write mostly the high growth speculator tech stock oriented newsletter. I would write a good portion of that myself, and I helped in the chat room. He has an exclusive subscriber only chat room called the Nicoya Research Mastermind chat room, and I would be in there for about an hour a day during trading hours on weekdays, and just sharing research updates on stocks in the model portfolio, and sometimes even trading ideas of my own, creating charts and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm grateful to Jason. He gave me a lot of education in traditional finance and trading and markets. So that's also a skill I have, which is making charts and financial analysis type of stuff, tactical analysis, fundamental analysis, and all of that. So those are a few of the most notable past client testimonials, if you ask me. And I hope this was insightful, and I hope to hear from you soon. Thanks.